your mate in his car, probably 300 miles away from where you're sitting right now. And I hope everyone is doing okay. I got my son to cricket, all right. I saw some of you had seen the video that I put on, just letting you know when I'd be here. And I think I've just about managed to make it in the nick of time. So let's wait and see who turns up to say hello, shall we? It's been an uneventful day. I've managed to get some content on about world events, my opinion of them, including Mr. Farage getting slated under parliamentary privilege rules, which I think absolutely stink, and it's just a coward's excuse to say what one wants to without reproach. It's terrible. Alan Pape, good to see you from Chester. You're first in the chat, and hope you've had a good day. I've seen you comment on a couple of things. I was reading earlier that I think something like $1 billion of aid have ended up going to Ukraine, or will be, in the form of other weapons and different destructive things to throw at the Russians, yet he wants more. He's still going on about this no-fly zone, and I don't think he realises the ramifications of what he's saying. Tanner Family Memories, good to see you. I saw one of your videos pop up in my suggestions the other day. I've got to check that out. Hello, Blood Nose, good to see you. Factual Breakdown as well. You was the first thumbs up. Yes, excellent. We could do with our thumbs up. We can do 2 thumbs up, 3, even loads more. Hello, Dave, good to see you. And welcome to the chat with the Gabby Cabby sitting in his car. I tell you, we've had this weird thing today where the sky's been red. It looks like Mars. I think there was some kind of dust storm in the Sahara that got blown over here, and you won't see it now because it's dark. But all of my cars were coated in like a thin layer of reddy orange sand. It looked weird, and I did the old windscreen wiper thingies earlier, and it kind of just made sandcastles on my windscreen. We've had it 2 or 3 times over the years, and it always looks weird. Hello, Derek Owen, good to see you. Julie Keys as well. Evening geezer, love it. Hello, Anna Perkins, good to see you. And Casp Bold as well. Yes, this thing with the Sahara dust storms, it gives everybody windy pops. It gives everybody a bit of a cough as well, a bit like the old convids. And a bit of respiratory trouble, but it does pass. Exploring the Christine Ayres, yeah, with Saharan dust. I got covered in it, had to wash my hair when I got in. It was like cement dust, and my car was coated in the stuff. Horrid it was, yeah. I only washed my car day before yesterday, and it looks like I've driven across the Martian plains. We are now just 4 hours behind with daylight saving time, which I understand will now be permanent. Oh, okay. I didn't realise they changed it over in the States as well. Factual Breakdown. I didn't realise that, but that's handy to know. Hi, Andy. Sleepy Joe. Up again. The First Lady's husband has got Oh, Jesus, Alan Edge. He said that, did he? Well, unbelievable. Jay Goose, good to see you. Who else we got? I'm doing the antibiotics, making me strong like Ukrainian women. Yeah, seriously, are they knocking the infection on the head, Christine? Are they working on your dodgy tooth in the back of your mouth there? I still have a nagging cough, Factual Breakdown says. Is that from the convids or something else? Or are you busy swearing at the telly when your faux president comes on the telly? Well, what's it about? But yeah, I suppose it will go eventually, won't it? Hello, Julie Baldwin. Good to see you. The Senate just approved a resolution yesterday. Okay. Hello, John Harris. Good to see you as well. Welcome to the chat with the Gabby Cabby. And lovely to see everybody here. I've got an early start today. Tomorrow. I'm like Sleepy Joe there. I can't remember what day of the week it is. I'm off to Heathrow first thing. I've got to pick up 2 people that have been in Florida, of all places. And hopefully they'll land early, because they usually end up getting a push everything coming back this way. It's probably Joe going, go, go, go away, you horrible Brits. But we will see. I'll check that out in the night. Oh dear, yeah, it's getting busy. It's getting really busy. But there you go. Listen, folks, give me just a minute. I've just got to reply to a message that's just come in. I'll send it. That's it, that's done. Lorna Mackenzie, hello. Factual Breakdown is saying hello to Julie. Bloodnose. Tappy, tappy, tap, yeah. No, I've got a driver doing a pickup at Stansted this evening. He was just asking for the flight number. And silly old me, I didn't send it, did I? What Chinese product can you live without? Joe Pie. Nice, Tony. I like it. Alan Edge, Liz Truss. Hush, hush. She doesn't know much. Yes. Hello, you. Hope all is well. Yeah, excellent. A bit of the old jump juice, which I should stop drinking, as people keep telling me. Evening all. That's Nigel the handyman. Good to see you. Who else we got here? We hear you tapping, Andy. Yeah, tippy tappy. Ron DeSantis loves the Brits. Tappy tappy man. Hi, Andy and all. That's Lorna Mackenzie. Good to see you. Yes, we're all here, aren't we? Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Big earthquake today off the coast of Japan. Yeah, was it 7.2 on the Richter scale? Something like that. Not looking forward to tomorrow now. I'm shatting myself. Is that your diabetic eye examination, Julie? You tell me. That's what that sounds like. Yo, that's Training Buster. I know who that is. Hello, Training Buster. Good to see you in the chat. Factual Breakdown. I shook the convids in January. But the cough stayed with me. Yeah, you get a bit of a nagging thing, don't you? Just to lighten the mood in these horrid times, I've been watching a Jerry Anderson missed first time round, The Secret Service, with Stanley Unwin in a semi-serious role. Still the nonsense peak. Okay, I've never heard of that one. Andy, B-2 stealth bombers involved in Ukraine. I thought it was a joke, but check out the video. I uploaded 30 Russian tanks and trucks destroyed and a chopper down too. No way that was Ukraine alone. That does sound like an awful lot, doesn't it? All at once. That might be where all these threats are coming from. Who knows? Andy, when you were famous and go on the Graham Norton show, they will have to keep switching the lights on and off to make you feel at home. That's right. They'll have to give me a door to slam. That seems to be the thing. I almost don't want to fix that problem, because it seems like the in-joke. It wouldn't be the daily chat without it, would it? John Harris, I'm a bit late tonight, as there was a fight in the fish shop. 7 fish got battered. Love it. Yeah, literally in the video, there's rows and rows of Russian tanks with the Z on them destroyed. Very odd. John Harris, that's cute. Julie Baldwin, if you want a good laugh, watch Peter Kay. Misheard song lyrics. It's hilarious. Fish and chips and cheap ain't cheap. And Pape, poor fish. Stink Pooter, send in a special Scousers hubcap squad we'll soon have those Ruskies tanks up on bricks. Exactly. I mean, one of the things I read about these tanks were, hi Sharon Shooter, good to see you, about these tanks were they've not been used in combat conditions for so long. The tyres are all fucked. It's mad. Watch the latest John Campbell video. Getting off the Russia thing a minute. All right, Mark, we'll do. I'm surprised John Campbell is actually... is he still on YouTube? You know, one of these that talks truth. They don't tend to like it very much these days, do they? Hi, Mum. Good to see you. In the chat there. Kingfisher Cobra Treads. Yes, I think they were getting a bit fragile, weren't they? Listen, folks, I've got that driver just badgering me again, so I'm just going to drop out of the chat temporarily, just so I can send him the information he needs, and then I'll be right back. So the chat will still be live, so you can carry on talking with each other, but I'm just going to duck out a second. Well, I'm back. Here I am. I told you I'd only be a minute. I had to just send a message to the driver who was bugging me for the flight information. But I'm back now. Hopefully, everything should be as it was. There we go. Okay, that's it, I think. Do you think Putin will get an invite to Boris? He's back. Yes, I am. Alan Edge, The Dead Zone, 1983 Stephen King film. Have you had the chance to watch it yet? No, I haven't, Alan Edge. I checked out the synopsis on IMDb when you told me about it, and it's definitely on my watch list. It looks pretty cool. Did you see the documentary about Biden's son who's on off relationship with drugs and alcohol? No, John. I know about it, but that's about it. And he's had a bit of a dodgy relationship with those two substances. The end of the movie is hilarious. Too late, the missiles are flying. John Harris, much more on than off, the worst. More thumbs up, please. Yes, everybody. If you haven't done so already, I know I had to duck out very quickly, but please hit the thumbs up button on the chat. That'll be cool. Listen, am I coming through all right now? I've reconnected because my go live button at the bottom there is doing something very strange and silly, and I'm wondering if I've dropped any numbers. So could you give me an indication that you can hear me okay, like a 1 or something, or just let me know. Old enough to remember the TV show on Sci-Fi. Yeah, it's super fine, loud and clear. Sound and vision, all good. You are fine. 39, good audio. Pardon, there's always one. Randy Andy. Well, that's good. That means it reconnected okay. Yeah, I'm going to try and do something about it later on. But I do everything on the same phone, and unfortunately business calls come through to that phone as well, so it will it does cause trouble sometimes. My eyes will be dilated. I'll have to wear dark glasses for 3 to 4 hours when they're done. Ooh, yes, awful. There's a friend of mine that's diabetic as well, and he has to get that done once in a while, and he always complains about it. Means he can't drive or anything afterwards for a while. Hilary Lewis, good to see you. Who else we got? M. Perry, gone? No, I'm still here. Gone but not forgotten, maybe, I don't know. Will you be attending the Friday night party with Baldy this week? Who's that, I wonder? 56 watching, 50 watching, gone. Hi Andy, not long in from work, hope you're well. Yeah, I'm good, Trevor, I'm good. Good to see you as well. I believe if President Trump is forced to wait until 2024, if we can last that long, he will tap Ron DeSantis as his running mate, heir apparent. I read a thing earlier that stated that he might not have to wait that long. I don't know whether that's true or not, but we will see. Baldy food guy. Oh, okay. Gas prices aren't up because of Russia. Prices are up because Biden invaded the White House. That's very true. Hello, Chrissy Williams. Good to see you. Where have you been today in your travels? Mark Hampson asks. Good to see you. I've not been any further than my house. I decided to take the day out because it was getting a bit much. So I stayed at home today. Good evening, Andy. Hope you're keeping well. You too, Declan. Good to see you. Race to 50 likes, Julie Baldwin says. I never know how many we've got. I can't see that on here. Baldy Food Guy gets as red as a beetroot as the evening progresses. Not the strong drink has anything to do with it. My name is Pinocchio. Is your nose getting a bit big? Biden running the free world very badly, yes. I hope President Trump doesn't have to wait the election. So he earned a second term. Need him now. David L. Hello, Andy from Tyneside. Hello to you. The Manchester Man's here as well. Good evening to you. Joe Burgess. What's your favourite curry? I like a madras. Or just a boggo standard Chinese chicken curry. They do me, either of them. But usually a madras if I want something decent. Way to go, everyone. You did it. That's the 50 likes by the sound of it. Excellent. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate that. 44 watching tonight. That's odd. Usually many more by now. Maybe notifications not working. The other thing as well, I had to duck out and duck back in again. So that might be to do. Or maybe the title I gave the live stream wasn't that appealing, really. But we will see. We will see. But I had a bit of a strongly worded conversation with my man in the background earlier, because I noticed some of the numbers are lacking a bit lately. And I'm not very happy about it. So hopefully they can give it a kick in the pants for me in the right direction. I've got two goldfish called 1 and 2. If one dies, I'll still have 2. Nice, John Harris. Anna Perkins, can our American friends online tonight say whether they want an older Trump back or someone like Ron DeSantis with Trump as a close advisor, as he would be getting on a bit by then? That's the only problem, isn't it? I mean, how old is he now? Is he early 70s or not quite there? I never know how old Trump is. I always forget. I mean, you know, speaking of Trump, did you see that stuff with Nigel Farage where that guy in Parliament used parliamentary privilege to disparage him and call him some nasties, you know, accusing him of taking £500,000 off of RT? Not fantastic, really. Not fantastic at all. So he's in his 70s, Trump. Yeah, I mean, you take another couple of years, he's going to be moving on through the 70s a little bit, isn't he? 3 goldfish when I was a kid. We called them wet, wet, wet. Yeah, I suppose if one died, you couldn't tell the difference, could you? 133 million registered voters, 74 million Trump, 81 million Biden. 74 plus 81 is 155. Mike Pence signs off. Yeah, there you go. So where did these other ones come from? Well, we know, don't we? Tina XX, please do not believe what you're told about Scotland. I was in court today. I never wore a mask or did track and trace. Okay. Well, that was on the old mainstream media, wasn't it? Where she's talking about extending the marshals a little while longer. George Galloway, definitely on the RT payroll, but that's been known for 20 years. Bit of a, what do you call him? There's a word for it. I can't remember. It's not a bad word. I just can't remember it. I watched his rally the other day. He's upstanding for hours. Didn't need any notes, unlike Sleepy Joe. Well, he has the ones in his pocket, doesn't he? His cheat sheet to read off of, and it doesn't always work for him. That's crazy. I would prefer to have President Trump back with his sharp mind, regardless of age, since Ron DeSantis too doesn't equal one Trump. Alan Edge, St Patrick's Day tomorrow, Guinness, live music and Cheltenham, heaven. Hey, that's probably one of the best piss-ups I ever had. Have you heard that Zelensky likes to partake in the same product that you drink, Andy? No, I didn't. Tony, 73 last year. Okay, I saw Nigel got a writ ready already. He's just waiting for him to repeat what he said outside the House of Commons. Well, he's never going to, is he? That's the thing with these people. I hear them speak out of turn all the time and hide behind parliamentary privilege. It's ridiculous. Now we know where Andy learned how to curse, Bloodnose says. Yes, well, I learn by doing. I learn as I go along. Trump is a child compared to Biden in age. Trump needs to be president again. I won a goldfish and a coconut. It wasn't very much, but it saw me on till tea time. I feel sorry for us with Boris and sorry for USA with bedridden. Bedridden, I love that. I've never heard that before. That's got to be a new one. Listen, everybody, this is the Gabby Cabby's Daily Chat in the car, where we discuss all things going on in the world. Good to see you all. If you haven't done so already, give the like button a hit for me. Now help the algorithm boost the channel up. Hello, Joe Burgess, good to see you. If you are a new listener, you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing to the channel as well. We're a little bit lagging in that department. We need to up the numbers a little bit and try and get near that 30,000, which we've been working on. You know, we'll do it one of these days, but we'll get there. Mark Keane, my sister had 3 goldfish in the 80s. She named them Terence, Trent and Derby. I actually had 3 goldfish in the 80s. Tom, Dick and Harry. That's what we called them. Think of that what you like. I had a dog called Shark. I got banned from the beach shortly after. Yeah, can only come on the beach in between certain times of the year, unlike sharks. Yeah, I like the jokes tonight. There's a few of them. Where have we got? Tony Whitworth, in 1999, NATO began attacks on Yugoslavia without United Nations Security Council approval, marking first time NATO has attacked a sovereign country. Wasn't this a war crime, NATO? You make a very valid point there, Tony, don't you? It's all, you know, double standards. We don't want you doing it, but we'll do it. You know, don't worry about that. It's a whole East against West again, isn't it? It's crazy. Ivo, you build, they will come. Yes, exactly. We just keep plugging away. I do find it frustrating sometimes because this, you know, YouTube is... I challenge anybody to try it. You have to look up what you want to talk about, and you have to prepare the material and everything. And, you know, you see consistent growth all the time. And every now and again it then flattens out like that, and you think to yourself, am I doing something wrong? Is it me? And then all of a sudden it'll just shoot up again. It's mad. There's no rhyme nor reason to it, really. What about Saudi bombing Yemen? Boris, plus the 81 beheadings. Boris lost his head years ago. Yeah, I did the video earlier. He's gone over there to Saudi, cap in hand, saying, oh, we want some of your oil. But what happened to this getting away from dependency on other countries for our energy needs? Something just doesn't add up there. Why go from one to the other? Is there still anything under the North Sea? I don't know, is there? Do we have coal? What about all this shale gas that we're sitting on? You don't want... Oh, blimey, the greenies will have a right old thing at that, wouldn't they? And, yeah, Mark Keane, biofuels, all the way. Sheriff don't like it. Rock the Casbah, laugh out loud. You're not on something, are you, Christine Ayres? Still shifting guilt overseas. Yeah, maybe. Was the ex-Chelsea owner ever in a film? Not sure, John Harris. I mean, he got spotted abroad somewhere, didn't he? kind of fairly recently. Fracking, yes, Alan Edge. That'll send all the green types into a right old tiz. Correct, it's against the convention to show POWs on TV. All boils to cash, yes. I mean, that's been a rule in place for ages. They were fracking near Gatwick, Tony. I've seen a couple of rigs around there, and I wonder what they were. I guess it's related to the fracking. I'm not sure, but I think he was in a film called Rock and Roller. Oh, okay. I'm on very strong antibiotics, better than weed. Okay, you enjoy it. I walked into the chip shop carrying my goldfish bowl and asked if they made fish cakes. They said yes. So I pointed at my goldfish and said, could you make him one? It's his birthday. Yeah, very good. Very good. The old fish jokes are coming, aren't they? Something a bit fishy here somewhere. Dave, there's plenty about this country. Went for importing goods, our own fault. Yes. Tony, Norwood Hill, Andy. Okay. I asked the waitress if she had fish fingers. She said yes. Well, you wouldn't want to be served by her then, would you, really? A tide turbine on the lower River Severn. Yeah, they forget about, well, I suppose it's hydroelectric power, isn't it? You know, tidal power. That's really something they could look at. Casp Gold, inside Russia, is doing his live now. That's where everyone is. Okay. Kingfisher Cobra, Hunter Bider, fracking in the Ukraine, to which the chairman, you couldn't make it up. Oh. Yeah, we don't get told everything, do we? I really don't think we do get told everything. 29 more likes to 100, and considering we've got 60 watching only, that probably means we've got people ducking in and out all the time. I think it's my own silly fault as well, ducking out myself just to send that driver the piece of information. He needed the flight number so he could track the incoming flight. They're drilling here using a technique called octopusing. They can drill 8 different wells in different directions from one drilling site. Oh, okay. Gary Thornbury. Evening, by the way. Bridget, 2 goldfish in the tank. One turned to the other and asked, how do you drive this thing? Oh, God. Yeah, it's getting worse, isn't it? Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Yeah, there's fracking. I was a little bit, what's the word? Hesitant to agree with it because of all the stuff I read about possible seismic issues and other things like that. But are we in a position now where perhaps we really need to think about this so we become energy self-sufficient? Never mind Boris going over there and buttering up the Saudis and everything. We really need to look at it. I don't think we've ever been entirely self-sufficient as a country, particularly with food. And I mean that's the other thing with food. You know, we're building houses on all these bloody fields, and we need them to grow stuff. You can't make it up, really, can you? You can't. NHS diversity managers with salaries now up to 108,000, whilst a DNO nuclear threat reduction program manager is required at 40,000. Cat's out the bag. No nukes of World War III, just another smokescreen. There's a bit of a difference there, isn't there? Trudeau yesterday made me laugh, talking about democracy and freedom, yet he's the man who froze the bank accounts of protesters. Total tosser. Again, hypocritical total tosser. I think's right. No harvest in the Ukraine this year. When will there be a harvest in the world? Good song. Yeah, definitely. When will there be a harvest in the world? Yeah, I won't sing because I'll clear the bloody live stream out. That's the goldfish joke again. Right. Evening, Andy. Hello, Peter Adams. Good to see you. Blood knows what's weirder than seeing a catfish, seeing a goldfish bowl. I used to collect goldfish farts for spirit levels. Oh my God. Yeah, I've got a couple of spare goldfish farts. Russel Brand is a top man. He calls them out and has apparently been getting death threats now for it. Very worrying. Yeah, Christine, it certainly is. When you call out people on social media, I was told by, well, I'll mention him. I was told by Alex right at the beginning of all this that if you're going to stick your head above the parapet and start talking, you've got to be prepared to get some stick, and some of it can be quite nasty. And unfortunately, people more famous than me, I mean, I'm not famous, I'm only famous to about 29,300 and something, you know, they can get quite bad with them and all sorts of threats. It's not pleasant. I mean, I had a letter delivered to my house once. Somebody found out where I lived and decided to send me a letter, and I just looked at it and thought, you know what, fuck off. Basically, I will carry on going. Exploring with Christine Nares, who would have thought it that comedian Russel Brand could be so critically wise? I don't like Russel Brand. Probably his so-called comedy is why I don't like him, but he's a very, very clever bloke. Very clever. No, I have listened to some of his stuff. Factual breakdown, I grow my own vegetables every year. I wanted to get a veggie patch in our garden, but not something I ever got round to. The Safety Online bill censors all the MPs, including Boris and Angela Rayner. Yeah, she was made to look like a bit of a pilchard the other day. You could be top of the charts with 29.4 thousand fans. Yeah, exactly. I was 29.4 yesterday or the day before, and it dropped again. I've given my technical man in the background a bit of a kick up the bum, so I'm not happy about that, and get him doing his job. Andy, you are well able for nasty people with your cry. Thank you, Harry. In this case with a letter, it was just origami. I live not far from Russel Brand's house. That's Peter Adams. Russel Brand's YouTube channel makes so much sense, as does yours. Thank you, Bridget. Appreciate it. At the end of the day, I'm just a normal bloke, aren't I? I'm not paid by anybody. I earn a couple of bob off of YouTube, granted, but I'm not paid by anybody. I just want to tell you what I think. Neither agree with me or don't agree with me. It's about it at the end of the day. I wouldn't fancy that one, Christine Ayres. Not really. Maybe a bottle of vodka first, and then we'll have a go. Russell would be like a one world government. He said it, yeah. I had lots of goldfish go from my pond. Turned out to be a grass snake about 2 foot long. Bloody hell. Yeah, Andy versus... Oh, God, that one again. Kirky Bailey, in boxing, a broken nose is better than a lost tooth. Yeah. I remember once in karate, we do a thing called kumite, which is basically sparring with a partner. And one of my friends got his nose broken. Some kind of mistiming, and the guy, you know, smacked straight in the nose. And his nose was actually over that way. And I kid you not, the sensei sat him down and said, "Hold still, this is going to hurt." And I just heard this almighty go crack, and he put his nose back in shape. I think you could take down Putin, he's a dwarf. Hunter stopped painting 500,000 paintings for his Chinese collectors to sort out his Ukraine fossil fuel. Okay. I'd rather a tooth breaking your nose affects breathing. Yeah, it certainly does. Breaking: 4 Disney employees were just arrested in a huge child trafficking sting in Florida. 108 total arrests were made. DeSantis was right. There you go. I'll try and find out a bit more about that later when I'm off here. Hi Andy, I did a lot of boxing in the cardboard factory. Excellent. A one world government will never happen. They'll all fight to be top dog. That's right. You know, if we all put aside our religious and political differences, then you would have world peace. But that's never going to happen because everybody wants to argue about everything all the time. And I think it would make an almighty great problem if anybody tried. Or we would need a great big problem before anybody realised that they could try. That's the thing about it. What Sheriff Grady Judd is no nonsense. He just did a video on this arrest called March Sadness. Okay. Tears for Fears. Yeah, that's another great one right there. Listen, everybody, this is the Gabby Cabby's Daily Chat. Welcome. If you've just joined us, please hit the like button. Appreciate your support like that. And we're doing good. We're doing good. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. And try and boost us up a bit. If you do want to support us in other ways as well, we have YouTube channel memberships and also on Patreon too, which you can check out. I think the bottom level's £1. Buys a can of Coke, so appreciate that as well. Did you say Raina looked like a pilchard? I don't think I said she looked like a pilchard. I think she was made to look like a pilchard by that little exchange in Parliament today. But that's probably not very hard. Hello, Neats. Good to see you. I'll be the same when an international colony is established on the moon. Each country will want to take charge of that before the war's over. The best place is to control for resources. Yeah, we'll spread our shit everywhere, won't we? Mark Keane, how many fish are in a pair of tights? 3. 2 soles, 2 eels, and a wet place. That's disgusting. But funny, all the letters. John Day, cheers, Andy. Oh, that's made me chuckle. Tony, Roseflex on YouTube is a good info source. I agree with you all about the fish in the tank. I remember in Pink Panther films, Clouseau beaten off sudden attacks by his servant using karate. Yeah, not bad pictures on toast. Really, wow, that's 5. Naughty. Yeah, oh my God, laugh out loud, naughty boy. Yeah, we'll allow that one. It's giving everyone a good laugh, including me. I believe most people can get along. It's government that causes the problems. Yeah, it's government and in turn the media. You know, they wind everybody up and make us believe things that aren't necessarily facts and reality, don't they? It's mad. I mean, their favourite thing they're winding up about is the fuel at the moment, trying to imply that from next month it could be rationed because we're running out of the stuff. It's, you know, we've got to stop listening to this bullshit. That's what it is at the end of the day. Complete and utter bullshit. President of America stopping American fossil fuels. His son sells fossil fuels in the Ukraine. How strange. Yeah, very, very odd. Blame Scholarfield. Ever since the COVIDs, the politicians have taken control of the media. It's gone mad, hasn't it? Did Diane Abbott write that joke, Mark? Yeah, that's. I think that was too clever for her. Food rations next, according to MSN. Yeah, again, what will people do? I mean, they had a piece of video footage earlier, apparently from Russia, where people were running into the goddamn shop and clearing everything off the shelves. No. If we listen to it, we'll create our own problems. 2 + 2 + 1 = 5, Andy. Well, I'm glad you're awake. Kirky Bailey, know a guy works on rigs. Who said that? Works on rigs. This bud's just sitting on it. Yeah. It's all one scam, 25% green tax on your energy bills. They need to get rid of it. Simple. They need to get rid of it. And we might get somewhere. I filled the Escort up with diesel. She died. Okay. Rationing will mean the end of snowflakes. They'll have something real to moan about. Yeah, that's very true. They will, won't they? They will. They'll find something. Do the fuel thing on purpose. Last time to get rid of a load of it before it went off. I had too much stacked up from the lockdown. Lorry driver told a checkout lady this. I heard that as well. Cause a panic and send everybody mad. Jay Goose, you have to be careful with frogs in your pond. With the fish, they can drown them if they try and mate with them. They cling to their backs so they can't come up for air. Oh, okay. Fact from my mum there. Kirky Bailey, as long as there's an interest, as long as there's an internet rather. Yes, my mum knows about fish and fish ponds. She's got 2 of them, one of which the dog light's falling in. Daft sod. I don't know that we can't wait until 2024. Fojo needs to go now. Zippo lighters are 25 quid new, or 100 filled with fuel. Oh, God. I got attacked by a man with a camera. I'm still having terrible flashbacks. Streamlabs has just told off Harry Harlow. I parked in front of a speed camera today, and the operator told me to piss off, or he would call the police. Yeah, I've seen videos of that before where the camera operator gets out and gets quite aerated where you've parked in front of their camera. I always wonder whether they're actually coppers in there or civilian employees, in which case are they legally able to get a ticket or anything like that. Mad. Andy, would you ever go to an electric van? I'll tell you what, yesterday I went to Cobham Services and I spoke to this Addison Lee driver. He's a Londoner called Darren, a very nice chap, and we were talking about this, and my answer was no, I wouldn't, because they wouldn't give me something with a large enough range and they wouldn't give me something affordable. And not only that, how much would it cost to replace a battery when it went? We're not ready for it. We're not. And I don't think it's the most efficient use of our time with all this either. If the power goes off, how do you recharge your car? That's the other thing. I mean, you had the electric car people taking the piss out of us fuel-driven lot, and we were like, wait for the power cuts. They'll get there sooner or later. I've got a feeling people will be wanting to hire my wheelchair once the petrol runs out. 350 quid an hour. It's an opportunist market. That's right. Or we could get these electric mobility scooters. Could you imagine me doing a Gatwick run on one of those? That could be something. An e-scooter and do piggyback taxi rides. I would not touch an e-scooter if you paid me. They're the most wicked invention I've ever seen in my life. And a swarm of them nearly took out my stepmother about 4 weeks ago, and my dad is still steaming. Electric cars aren't reliable. They don't start all of the time, and they stall out frequently right on the highway. Yeah, I remember you saying, Factual, you had big trouble with one, didn't you? Kirky Bailey, the upside is the obesity won't be a problem anymore. Yeah, that'd be good for taxi drivers, actually, wouldn't it? Get some exercise. Joe Burgess, dangerous things, e-scooters. Well, you've got this platform with this thin stalk on it with tiny little handlebars, and you can only really go that way or that way, and you try and turn, you're going to fall off the damn things, let alone how fast they go. It's crazy. Good evening, Andy, and all the lovely Gabby Cabby community. Sorry I'm late joining. That's all right, Kim. Good to see you as always. It doesn't matter when you turn up as long as you're here. That's the main thing. Daphne Lynch, good evening. Late to the party. How is everybody and Andy? I'm fine, Daphne. Good to see you. Blood Nose, hi, Kim Alliston. There is no belt and braces investing in electrical alone. And just where do you think the electricity is generated? Whether solar, wind or and other. Yeah, it's all right. And also, it's the disposal of the batteries and how the stuff's mined to get the stuff in the first place. It's a fallacy. It's a falsehood completely. Do you need a driving licence for them Easter? No, you don't. You don't need anything. They're supposed to be illegal on our roads. I think you can only ride them on private roads, but nobody's enforcing anything. It's mad. Maybe time to buy a gyrocopter, like in James Bond. Oh, God, yeah. I remember that with Sean Connery, that thing. Oh, I think it still exists. It's somewhere around. I have a Ghoulier pretty fast and a Tesla shot past a lot quicker. Yeah, I've got a Mercedes 3-litre V6, and I remember a Tesla coming up my side one time, and I thought, I wonder. So I just dipped my foot on the accelerator, and it went flying past me. I couldn't believe it. I got overtaken by a electricity thing. Sean Connery's the best Bond, Christine there says. Yeah, I liked, until the last film, the one where he wore the pink suit at the premiere, I liked Daniel Craig. It was said that he was a little bit closer to... good night, Bob Pittman. Good to see you. He was closer to the original image of Ian Fleming, so I read somewhere. But then they said that about Timothy Dalton too. So everybody has their favourites. I mean, somebody put Roger Moore was the best, Nigel the Handyman. He approached it in a different way, didn't he? He kind of camped it up a little bit, you know, with a few more of the wisecracks and one-liners and the rest of them. Bloodnose, that's a shame. I wanted a fly one. Also, Piers Brosnan was great too. Yeah, he was a good Bond. I broke down at Gatwick, smart motorway, frightening. Tony, that on the M23. I remember on there. Oh God, I remember something breaking down on there when I was on there a little while back. Whether that was you or not, I don't know. Daniel Craig will be hard to replace. Well, yeah, particularly with what happened at the end of that movie as well. Harry Harlow, Ross Kemp should be the next Bond. That could be interesting, couldn't it? Paul said when petrol and diesel cars are extinct, he's going to get a 2-seater mobility scooter. I could imagine you two on the gin and jumping on one of those things. That could be something. Daphne Lynch, you wait a woman Bond on the way. Don't get me started. I'm all for, equality and everything, but how the hell can you have a woman Bond? It doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Daniel Craig is by far the most believable James Bond. Yeah, when I first saw Daniel Craig, when he was first announced, I thought to myself, nah, because he was just this dopey-looking actor with curtains and all the rest of it, and I thought, nah, but he completely transformed himself, and he was very, very believable, very good actor. Yeah, Brendan, you say Idris Elba. Now, I've heard this many times, but he was in a Bond film before as another agent. I can't remember which one it was. It was one of Daniel Craig's, and how'd you do that? How'd you do that? Zelensky is playing a good role, but something doesn't sit right. The longer this goes on, I wonder that as well. It's like he's trying to draw us into all of this all of the time with comments he makes. And I'm thinking to myself, something not quite ringing true there. And he's asking the same thing again and again and again. The old no-fly zone. And I've mentioned this in a couple of videos now. We just can't even contemplate going there. That guy who played Sharp was in GoldenEye as 006. He was a good actor. Sean Bean, one of my favourites, and I loved all the Sharp movies. I've seen all of those. Absolutely wonderful. Andy the Cabby for the next Wonder Woman. Laugh out loud. Yeah, very good. Hello, Adam Apple. Good to see you. Thank you for joining the chat. I saw you turn up on Police Off the Cuff the other day. I think they called you out and said that they'd not seen you before, but I recognised your name when I was on there. To embrace the modern idea on gender. What's this one? This looks profound. In the next James Bond film, Bond starts out as a man and by the end of the film transitions to a woman. Coctopussy will be in cinemas from April. I love it. Oh, I hope there's no lefties watching. You've probably offended them all. The spy name 007 is just a code name. It could be given to many spies over the course of time, but if true to the original, well, you won't like the answer. Yeah, exactly. I think that's one of the things they said when they were talking about it. Lewis Collins was the best Bond we never had. I loved Lewis Collins. What was that film in the early 80s he was in? It was based on the Iranian embassy siege, and I remember Edward Woodward was the police chief, the policeman in charge of it. I can't remember the name of the film, but I loved it with a big shootout at the end. Yes, Andy, been a sub when they had 2,000 odd subs, laugh out loud, and they've only just noticed you. Unbelievable. But you get so many people through the chat. Yeah, he was great as the Equaliser, Edward Woodward, Harry Harlow. That's it. Who Dares wins. Cosmic Auto, thank you for that. Yeah, excellent film. I enjoyed it. Right, everybody, we're about 9 o'clock with my little break. We're coming up to about 50 minutes. I'm going to knock it on the head for now because I've got to get in and sort myself out. I've got an early start again tomorrow. If you haven't done so already, folks, I'd appreciate it if you could do this on the chat. That would be great and help the algorithm a little bit more. If you've only just started watching us and haven't done so already, please consider subscribing, and let's get those up and doing again. And also we're on Patreon and YouTube channel memberships as well. If you want to support us in that way, bottom level's the cost of a can of Coke basically, and I'd appreciate that as well. No commitments on that, you can cancel any time. Right, I'm off. I'll see you tomorrow. Try and get some more content done, and obviously there'll be a live stream at some point, which I will announce in due course. So have a good night, folks, and as always, toodaloo.